Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters everywhere, viewers everywhere, hello and welcome to the 19th episode of your show, Huda Quest, where we talk about the Seerah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And we talk through a competition. Through this competition, we learn a lot of information about a certain event each episode of the Seerah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And today we're going to be talking about a very important battle, a very important ghazwa. And it was Ghazwat al-Ahzab, Ghazwat al-Khandaq, the battle of the trench, the battle of the Confederates. And we're going to learn and have fun, of course, with some games as well. Allow me to welcome our participants for today. First, we have Noor. Noor, it's very nice to have you on the show. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. I am very happy to be in this show.
Thank you so much. We're happy to have you as well. And then we have Abdurrahman. It's very nice to have you on the show, Abdurrahman.
I'm very excited to be here today.
Well, you don't seem very excited.
No, I'm very excited.
Okay, great. All right. So as always, we're going to start with some questions. So this is the questions segment. I'm going to be asking you, Noor, 5 questions, Abdurrahman 5 questions, and with each question you've got 4 choices, and of course 1 minute, and we learn about our topic through these questions. So we're gonna start with you, Noor, and the first question will appear on the screen now, with actually the most important piece of information about, or the first most important piece of information about Ghazwat al-Khandaq. And the question goes: who antagonized all the Arab tribes against the Prophet, peace be upon him, and the Muslims? Quraysh, Jews, the Jews, the hypocrites, none of them. So you've got Quraysh, the Jews, the hypocrites, none of them. The Jews means al-Yahud.
Jews?
The Jews, al-Yahud. Let's check the answer. Indeed, the answer is correct. Okay, and we're going to learn also with the rest of the questions why it was called Ghazwat al-Ahzab, the Battle of the Confederates. All right, we're going to continue with you, Abdurrahman, with the second question, and the question goes: why was the Battle of the Trench called the Battle of the Confederates? 1. To denote the confederacy of non-believers and Jews against Islam, because it is easier to pronounce. To refer to a certain pre-Islamic incident, none of them.
1.
1. To denote the confederacy of non-believers and Jews against Islam. Okay? That is certainly correct. Good job. Thank you so much. So we're learning now about this ghazwa, that the Jews antagonized all the Arabs against Muslim, and it wasn't just Quraysh. It was Quraysh, the Jews, and other tribes from Ghatafan as well. All of them wanted to attack Medina and attack the Prophet and the believers. I'm going to learn about how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted the believers victory with the questions. Okay, your question, Noor. Your question goes. Are you ready?
Yes.
Great. Your question goes, Noor. Who among the companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him, suggested the idea of the trench as a defense means? You know what a trench is? It's like when you dig. Yes. Okay. So, Bilal bin Rabah, radiyallahu anhu, may Allah be pleased with him. Zayd bin Haritha, may Allah be pleased with him. Usama bin Zayd, may Allah be pleased with him. Salman al-Farisi, may Allah be pleased with him.
Salman al-Farisi.
Salman al-Farisi, radiyallahu anhu. Let's check the answer and see if it's correct or not. That is certainly correct. Good job. Good job. Thank you so much. You know, over this episode and the last 2 episodes, there is something that I've been noticing. And when I was reading as well, I've been noticing that, which is how Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, always consults the believers, the companions. So, see, with the Battle of Badr, he consulted the believers, and Al-Habbab ibn al-Mundhir gave his opinion that they should be positioned in front of the well. With the second one, he consulted with Uhud, Ghazwat Uhud, the Battle of Uhud, he consulted them, and despite the fact that he had a certain opinion to stay in Medina, all of them or most of them wanted to go and fight, and he listened to them. And with this one as well, Salman al-Farisi radiyallahu anhu gave that idea and the Prophet listened to him. So this shows how Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, always consoles his brothers and takes their opinion when they're appropriate. All right, it's your turn, Abdurrahman. And the question goes, what was the size of the believers' army in the Battle of the Trench? 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000.
I'll go with 3,000.
3,000. Let's see. Indeed, that is correct. Good job. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, we're gonna learn now about the size of the disbelievers' army, and it's your question, Noor. Noor, your question will appear on the screen now, and it goes: What was the size of the disbelievers' army in the Battle of the Trench? 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000.
Can I go with 8,000?
8,000. Are you sure? Okay, let's stick with 8,000. And the answer is unfortunately not correct. It was 10,000. All of the people, Quraysh, and the Jews, and all Ghatafan, and all the tribes, the total was around 10,000. All right, your turn, Abdurrahman. The question goes: Who among the following three had a treaty with the Prophet, peace be upon him, and betrayed the Muslims in the Battle of the Trench? Banu Qaynuqa', Banu Nadir, Banu Qurayza, none of them.
Banu Qaynuqa'.
Banu Qaynuqa'. Let's see and check if the answer is correct or not. The answer is not correct. Unfortunately, it was Banu Qurayza. Banu Qurayza. Okay. All right. It's your turn now, Noor. Noor, the question will appear on the screen now, and the question goes: Which of the following battles didn't involve much fighting? The Battle of Uhud, the Battle of Badr, the Battle of the Trench, the Battle of Mu'tah. Now, I think it should be easy.
Yeah, the Battle of the Trench.
Of the Battle of the Trench, okay? Yeah, I was just gonna say that since we talked previously about Battle of Uhud, Battle of Badr, we knew that it involved a lot of fighting. So let's check. That is correct. The Battle of the Trench, yes. The Battle of the Trench did not involve much fighting. There wasn't a lot of fighting. It was just between a few, very few number of people and very few number of Muslims. And the few number of disbelievers were the ones who were able to find, a tight spot in the trench, and they were able to jump. But, however, despite the fact that it did not involve much fighting, there was a lot of worry. There was a lot of fear. It was very dark. It was very cold. So it was a very tense situations where all the believers were tested. Okay, it's your turn now, Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman, your question will appear on the screen now, and it goes: Okay, how were Al-Ahzab Confederates defeated? How were they defeated? By an earthquake, by a tornado, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inflicted a heavy blow to them, by a famine.
3.
3. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inflicted a heavy blow to them.
Yeah.
So, rih from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala were sent upon them, and they were completely disturbed, and they weren't able to stay where they were, and they left. That is correct. And of course, one of the companions brought the Prophet, peace be upon him, the news of Al-Ahzab leaving. Who was that companion? Well, that's your question, Noor. Are you ready, Noor?
Sure.
Great. The question is: Who brought Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the news of Al-Ahzab Confederates leaving? Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman, may Allah be pleased with him. Zayd bin Haritha, may Allah be pleased with him. Usama bin Zayd, may Allah be pleased with him. Salman al-Farisi, may Allah be pleased with him.
Salman al-Farisi?
Are you sure about that? Because I'm going to tell you something. Salman al-Farisi radiyallahu anhu was the one who brought up the idea of the trench. Was he the one who brought the news to the Prophet of Al-Ahzab leaving as well?
No.
Okay, I'm going to help you. That companion is called the keeper of the secrets of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The keeper of the secrets of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Number 2.
Zayd bin Haritha? Are you sure?
Still no.
Okay, so we're running out of time. We need an answer.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3, Osama bin Zayd. Okay, let's check the answer. Fortunately, it's not correct. Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman radiallahu anhu was the one who brought that news to the Prophet. And Hudayfa is known as the keeper of the secrets of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And he was the one who knew who were the hypocrites. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I know you tried. Thank you. Good job. It's your turn, Abdurrahman, now with the 10th question, the last question of the episode. The question goes: who was the man who converted in secrecy and by the order of the Prophet, peace be upon him, managed in a shuttle movement between the Jews, Quraysh and Ghatafan to incite each party to let down the other? Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman radiyallahu anh, Na'im bin Mas'ud radiyallahu anh, Osama bin Zayd radiyallahu anh, Salman al-Farisi radiyallahu anh. Now, we talked about Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman radiyallahu anh and his role. We talked about Salman al-Farisi radiyallahu anh and his role. 1. Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman. Are you sure? Okay. So,
No, 3.
3. So, Osama bin Zayd radiyallahu anh.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check the answer. Fortunately, it's not correct. It was Na'im bin Mas'ud radiyallahu anh. So, the Battle of Al-Khandaq. It didn't involve much fighting. However, it was very cold and it was very difficult, and the believers were tested in that battle. The number of the believers was 3,000 and the number of the disbelievers was around 10,000, and they were from the tribes of Arab, from Ghatafan, the Jews and Quraysh as well. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted victory to the believers by sending a heavy blow on the disbelievers that dismantled them completely. And of course, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, consulted his companions, and one of his companions, who was Salman al-Farisi radiyallahu anh, suggested the idea of the trench, and all the believers along with the Prophet started digging the trench. And while they were digging, the Prophet, peace be upon him, was praying for them, Allahumma la aisha illa aishul akhirah, farham al-ansar wal-muhajira. Oh Allah, there is only the livelihood of the hereafter, so may Allah grant mercy to Al-Ansar and Al-Muhajirin. We learned about Al-Ansar and Al-Muhajirin in one of the previous episodes. It was particularly just about Al-Ansar and Al-Muhajirin. We learned also that Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman radiyallahu anhu was the one whom the Prophet sent to learn about the news of the Al-Ahzab, and he brought the news to the Prophet that they were leaving. Na'im bin Mas'ud radiyallahu anh managed to go to the Jews, to Quraysh, to Ghatafan, and he managed to turn each one of them on the other. Alright, so a lot of information about Ghazwat al-Khandaq, and we're gonna connect the information, connect the pieces, connect the dots with our second segment of the show, which is the games. But before that, we're gonna have a short break. So, brothers and sisters everywhere, a short break, and we'll be right back. We are back, brothers and sisters everywhere, to your show Huda Quest. And now it's time for the games. So, we're gonna start with you, Noor, and your game is gonna be the puzzle. Are you good with puzzles? Good.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna have a puzzle, and I want you to piece it together, okay?
Okay.
Let's have the puzzle for Noor. Rearrange the image. Here it is. Okay, that's challenging, kind of challenging. I'm gonna help you. Yeah, let's do it fast.
Okay, and number 1 with 1.
1 with 1.
Number 2 with 5. No, 2 with 6.
2 with 6. Yes. 3 with 2.
3 with 2.
Yes.
5 with 3.
5 with 3. Good job.
7 with 5. No, 7 with 4. 7 with 4.
7 with 4.
8 with 8 with 9.
8 with 9.
9 with 5.
9 with 5. Yes, good job.
4 with 7 and 8 with 6.
Wonderful, Noor, mashallah. Good job, mashallah. Yeah, I didn't help much though. Good job. Yeah, you deserve that. Good job, mashallah. Okay, and that was the picture of some fighters.
Yes.
Fighters, of course. Okay, good job. Thank you. Now your turn, my friend Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman, it's guess the image. You know how it works?
Yeah.
Just guess the image. Okay, let's see. Let's have guess the image. All right. Go ahead. Which one would you like to reveal?
5.
5. And would you like to reveal another one?
I will go with 8.
8. Okay, what's that?
It's a trench.
A trench. Okay, let's see if it's a trench or not. Indeed, that is a trench. Good job. Great. Amazing, mashallah. Honestly, I did not expect you would, you would be able to guess it. Good job, mashallah. Your turn, Noor. Your game is a little bit challenging, but I'm gonna help you. Think and match, okay? You know how it works?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let's have think and match. Bismillah. Okay.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna tell you, with 1, you've got like a wind or a blow, and then you've got...
Okay, 2, C with 2.
C with 2, Salman al-Farisi radiallahu anh was the one who brought the idea of the trench, okay?
4, D with 4.
D with 4. Yes, Hudayfa ibn Yaman is the keeper of the Seeker's Prophet. Good job.
Okay, A with 1.
A with the 1.
No, A with 5. A with 5.
A with 5, yes.
E with 3.
A with 5, and then E with 3. Good job.
And the last one, B with the 1.
B with the 1. MashaAllah, without much help. Can we figure out the connections together now?
Okay.
Okay, how about 1?
Okay, 1 reveals the soldiers and the storm.
The storm, like the storm or the blow or the wind that, got them separated and dismantled them completely. And then Salman al-Farisi radiallahu anhu was the one who
suggested to make the trench.
To dig the trench. And then number 3, it speaks to the conditions, that it was very cold, it was dark, and it was difficult. Number 4.
Yes, number 4, that means
Hudayfa ibn Yaman radiallahu anhu
was the keeper of the secrets of the Prophet.
Peace be upon him. Yes. And then number Na'im bin Mas'ud was the one who
made them all all of the tribes connect together.
Not connect, he, in one way, he managed to go to those and tell them, oh, those are the ones, they haven't been great to you. Yes, of course, fight one another, or not fight one another. He just turned them against one another. And it was a long story about telling them that to prove what I'm saying, you have to ask them to bring you 10 knights, 10 faris, 10 knights from them, and then going to the other to prove what I'm saying to you. They're going to ask for that, and they're going to kill him. So it's a long story regarding that situation. And subhanAllah, he managed to do that. Na'im bin Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu. Okay, that was correct. Good job. Thank you so much. MashaAllah. Amazing. Your turn. Abdurrahman, the last question, or not question, sorry, last game today. Let's have it. Reorder the events. Okay, so reorder the events. We have the Prophet, peace be upon him, and all the believers start digging the trench. A wind sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defeats Al-Ahzab, Al-Ahzab gather and they're shocked by the trench. Salman al-Farisi suggests digging the trench.
First, Salman al-Farisi suggests digging the trench.
Salman al-Farisi radiallahu anhu suggests digging the trench, okay?
Then the Prophet and all of the believers start digging.
Yes,
And then Al-Ahzab get shocked by the trench.
of course.
And a wind was
Sent by Allah, blow sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defeats Al-Ahzab. That is correct. And I just want to comment on the third one. Good job. The idea of the trench was very untraditional, and Salman al-Farisi brought it from Al-Furs. And it was very untraditional. Arabs in the Arabian Peninsula never knew about that. So they were shocked, or they were really surprised. They were taken by surprise when they saw the trench. They never knew about something like that. That was completely unexpected. All right. Thank you so much, both of you, mashallah, tabarakallah. It's been a very informative episode, and both of you, mashallah, you've got a lot of information. You learned. Abdurrahman, before the episode, you told me that you studied this in class, right?
Yeah.
Mashallah. Great. Well, it's lucky that you were with us on the episode where you studied the topic, and it seems like you're a really hardworking student. Okay. Now it's time to figure out who is
The winner.
the winner. I'm guessing it's going to be a tie.
Yeah.
We keep having ties on this show. Okay, let's see who is the winner. Oh, 50-50. Noor got 50 points. Abdurrahman got 50 points. Congratulations, both of you. You've been amazing. You've been fantastic. And I was happy to have both of you on the show. Would you like to say something, Noor?
Yeah, this show is very unique of its kind and it's super much fun in here.
Thank you so much. Abdurrahman?
I had so much fun, and I hope I'm in another episode.
We hope we have you. We hope we can have you again on another episode of the show, brothers and sisters everywhere. Until we see you again, inshallah, in a new episode of your show, Huda Quest, may Allah accept your salah, dua, and ihsan. Be always well. نستودعكم الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Ba-da